Hello ladies, and welcome to the 8-week transformation program. I'm wanting to talk to you a little bit today about what's going on up here before we talk about what's going to go on down here, okay? Firstly, I'd like to thank you and congratulate you on investing in the program. Thank you for investing in Fit Mums, but thank you for investing in yourself, because by making the decision to invest in the program, you've made a decision to invest in yourself. And I, for one, as a mum and one that works with many mums, know that's something that a lot of us, once we start looking after our family members, do less and less of. Okay, investing time and money in ourselves is something that for many mums is something that we do too little of, in my opinion. So well done and congratulations for investing in the program. You'll be at various stages of getting set up with your book and with getting registered on TeamUp so that you can come to your sessions. I don't want you to worry about any of that for now. If you've set up already, that's great. If you haven't, that will happen before the program starts. But for now, I just want to talk to you about our mindset, because as I just said, if what's going on up here isn't correct, then what we want to happen down here in our body simply won't happen. So it's really, really important. I want to start off by asking you, I'm going to ask you 3 questions to begin with and a couple more after that. But the first question I want to ask you is, I want you to visualise where you will be 8 weeks down the line from the start of the programme. So I want you to really visualise this in detail for me. I want you to picture yourself in 8 weeks' time and ask yourself in as much detail what that looks like. So what do you look like in 8 weeks' time? What are you doing in 8 weeks' time? How are you feeling? How are you feeling when you put the clothes on that you're wearing now? How are you feeling about going to the wardrobe and maybe choosing something you want to wear now but currently can't? How are you feeling about yourself in general, about your energy levels? How are you feeling about the way other people perceive you possibly? How are you feeling about yourself as a person now, and how will you feel in 8 weeks' time? How will you feel in 8 weeks' time with your interaction with your family and your friends? How will you be talking to them? How will you be holding yourself? What will you be wearing? Try and visualise yourself in 8 weeks' time, obviously as you want to become, in as much detail as you possibly can. So not just if our goal here is weight loss, not just I will be a stone lighter or I will be smaller, but what does that then actually mean? How will you be acting differently? How will you be wearing different clothes? How will you be feeling differently, okay? So really recommend you spend a few minutes with a piece of pen and a paper writing this stuff down. How, in as much detail as possible, will you be in 8 weeks from now? Okay, then I want you to, once you've examined that for a little while, I want you to ask the question, why you're not there now. Okay, so why are you not where you want to be in 8 weeks now? So what is it about what you're doing on a daily basis that's stopping you from being there now? What is it that you're not doing on a daily basis that's stopping you? And have a really good think about your whole daily ritual, your whole daily routine and habits. Think about what's serving you to get you where you want to be in 8 weeks, and what's not serving you, what's working for you and what's not working for you. So what's stopping you from being where you are now, what's stopping you as you're standing here today from being where you are in 8 weeks' time? What up to this point has stopped you? And then I'd like to have you think about what has halted any success that you've had previously, because many ladies I meet have come from a yo-yo diet background, or they've come from an exercise love-hate background, or they've done things in the past that have worked or they've enjoyed, but they've not been able to do them consistently. And you'll hear from me a fair bit that consistency is the key to managing your weight effortlessly We need to get into a consistent pattern and a consistent habit formation. So when you've had successes in the past, because you will have had them, and that would be the first part of question 3 actually, is to list the successes you've had, albeit small ones. Even if you've managed to stick to a regime for a couple of days or a week maybe, you've had success in small doses, and you may have had it in larger doses. What is it that's halted that success in the past? Okay, so what happens when things go wrong? Are there indications that things are about to go wrong? What causes you to derail? So you'll be on that path and you'll be progressing in the way that you know will get you to the end result that you want, but you don't get there. What causes that? Why isn't the success sustainable? What is it about what you're doing at that time that's making it not something you can continue with and sustain permanently? What we're looking to do in the 8-week program is to build rock solid, brick by brick, strong foundations for a lifestyle change that will continue well beyond the 8 weeks. The amount that you adhere to some of the guidelines we provide during the 8 weeks will determine your 8-week result, but it won't necessarily determine your result beyond that. So some ladies we have in the 8 weeks take the bull by the horns and follow everything to the letter, lose a lot of weight, gain a lot of fitness, but they've done so throughout the 8 weeks in a way that ultimately isn't sustainable for them. They've kind of been hanging on to the willpower, with gritted teeth and white knuckles, to then, as soon as the program ends, breathe again and I can kind of like do all these things that I haven't been able to do for ages. And then we have a tendency to swing back too much the other way. So we strip everything out and then we overindulge in those things and we're right back where we started, if not in a worse position. The ladies who've had the most success are the ones that take all of the principles and they work with the program, but they take the principle to the level at which it will fit within their life in a sustainable fashion. So the initial results might not be as much as they want to achieve in a perfect world, or say a celebrity will achieve when they go on a crash course diet, but they're still good results, and those results continue to progress. Excuse me, move something off my phone. The results continue to progress and continue to be built upon, so that the results just get better and better beyond the 8 weeks, and most importantly for all of us, they're sustainable. The results don't go away. They're a foundation to be built on and to last for life, because new habits have been formed that do fit within their lifestyle. So really think about that. What is it? You'll often find when you're looking back at what has halted you previously, it's been an unrealistic expectation of a change that you've requested of yourself. So think about the changes you're wanting to make in the 8-week program and constantly ask yourself. I'll give you an example of a drinking one, because that's a common one that comes up. If you enjoy wine at the moment and you think, for the 8 weeks I'm going to become a complete teetotal, that will probably get you the best results, it has to be said. But are you planning on being a teetotaler for the rest of your life? That's the main question you need to ask yourself. If reducing your alcohol consumption to something that's more manageable, maybe you only drink on social occasions or at the weekends or whatever, or you reduce 2 glasses of wine to 1 glass of wine, you'll still be having the calorie deficit and the change in nutrition needed to get results, but you'll be able to continue with that habit change after the 8 weeks. So I want you to really think about that last question. What's halted you in the past, and what can you do differently this time to ensure that the halts and the derails and the blips to success aren't there again? Okay, couple more questions for you. The first one being, where do you think you need a little bit more discipline, possibly, in your life versus what you have at the moment? So what is it that you could do in the future from the next 8 weeks and beyond that you're not currently doing that you know if you just had a touch more discipline would help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. So I'm thinking of maybe hydration with water. A lot of us need to drink more water than we do. Is it something that at the moment you think about every now and again, but as soon as a thought comes into your head, you think, oh, I can't bother to go and get some water, I'll just have a cup of tea. Is it something where you could have just a bit more discipline in the habit? When I feel I'm thirsty, I'm going to go and get myself a pint of water. That would make a difference to your results. So if there are any habits in there that you know you could be more disciplined with, have a jot those down as well. And start to think about how you could pre-plan them, because that is a big key to success of people with a lifestyle long-term change, pre-planning. So again, if we're using the example of water, if water is something you know you could drink more of and you want to become more disciplined in that area, will having some cue cards around the house or at work help? Will carrying a water bottle around with you help? Will setting a timer on your phone every now and again to give you a bleep every couple of hours, check you've drunk water, would that help? Can you plan some things, not just relying on your memory and the time of day to remind you? Can you plan some things to help with that discipline? Okay, another couple of quick questions, and these are really important. That was one of them. The second one is drivers. I want you to have a really big think when I asked you the first question about where you want to be in 8 weeks' time. And that could be, it's going to be different for all of you. It could be pure weight loss. It could be an increase in energy levels and fitness. You want to be able to do, I don't know, half an hour run without feeling like you're about to die on the floor. It could be running for a bus without feeling out of breath. It could be anything, and it's going to be different for all of you. But knowing what you want to achieve at the end of the 8 weeks, what are your drivers for this? So you may have a driver of wanting to get into a certain size clothes, but why do you want to get into a certain size clothes? So why do you want to be what you want to be at the end of the 8-week program? And again, we all have very different drivers for this. So for me, keeping fit and healthy is about having energy so I can spend time with my kids and not feel like I'm on my knees. It's so that when I eat well and I exercise regularly, I have constant energy throughout the day. When I've not done that in the past, I have total energy slumps. It bums my productivity. It gives me mood swings, so I get irritable. And it's those, especially for me, towards my family, it's my relationship with my family that is one of my drivers for me to stay healthy and fit. And for some people who've had health scares as well, this can be a driver for family reasons. So they may be living a lifestyle currently, you may be living a lifestyle currently that is giving you risks towards certain conditions, and you don't want to be taken away from this life any earlier than you have to be. So that may be a big driver for you. We had a lady in a recent program whose mum had died earlier than she should have done, and she was determined that wasn't going to happen to her. So she had a lifestyle overhaul in order to give her the best chance of that not happening to her. So really understand, yes, you've got this place you want to go to in 8 weeks, and like as I said before, beyond. We're wanting the 8 weeks to be the start for you of a permanent change. But why are you wanting to make the changes that you are? What are your drivers? Have a play with a pen and paper and think about the why behind the why. Yes, it's to feel good in your clothes, but why do you want to feel good in your clothes? What does that actually mean to you? How will that change your life? Okay, so bit of exploring. I'd really like you, don't be a passive person who listens to this video and then says, oh yeah, I'll go and do it later. Get that pen and paper out. Exploring these mindset issues and getting your head in the right place will give you the best possible chance of succeeding throughout the 8 weeks and beyond. So take this seriously, have a think about this, and keep these notes that you make with you so that as you go through the program, if things are becoming a bit more difficult, you're having a challenging day, you can call back, you can check on your drivers, you can remind yourself of where you want to be, and it will help you, I promise. Okay, you'll get more videos from me on various points, but I hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have any questions about it, obviously let me know, and I'll speak to you again soon.